Hi, everybody. Welcome to Unit 2 Writing Summative Workshop number 1. Okay, so if you're watching this video, then that means that you either missed class the day that this workshop was, or there are some things that maybe you got behind on or that you wanted to see again. So, as far as what this workshop covers, it covers document setup, analyzing the writing prompt, reading the articles, and writing your main idea statements. So, we are currently on the Unit 2 Writing Summative assignment page on Canvas. So this is kind of your launch pad for everything, and it has the slides that we'll be looking at today. So as far as document setup goes, the first thing that you want to make sure that you get from me when you return to class is a copy of the parts of an essay notes. Those notes are going to be very important for writing essays in this class as they show you the structure that we're expecting you to follow. So the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and set up your document. So you want to be on slide 2, and you want to click the link that says here's a template. When you click that, it'll tell you to make a copy, and that's exactly what you want to do. You just want to make a copy. All right, I'm going to double click up here in the title, and you can put your name at the beginning instead of copy of. I'm just going to put video sample so that I know which example this is. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to double click up where it says last name, and you just select the text that says last name. Be careful not to do anything with the number. That is special text that is programmed to change every time you start a new page. If you delete that and just type a 1, it's going to put 1 on every page, and that's not what we want. We want page numbers there. So you're going to type your last name in place of the text last name. And that's it. You can just click out of that area, out of the header. Then you're going to select the text that says name, and you're going to type over it your name. For teacher, you're going to type my name. And it should be English 10 as the class. You need to put your block in there. And it's already set for November 16th as the due date. If you're a Black Day student, you're going to need to change this to the 17th. So that's all we're going to do right now. We're actually not going to start writing the essay right away. I know after you read a prompt, kind of your instinct is to start like thinking of ideas and planning it, but we're going to do things a little bit out of order because it'll make it a lot easier on you. So different way of thinking about writing an essay, but hopefully this method will lead you to more success than maybe you've had in the past. All right, so back to the slides, we need to analyze the writing prompt. All right, so the very first thing that we need to do to analyze the writing prompt is we need to find the sentence that tells us what to write about. And so we have it here at the beginning of this second paragraph. Write a 5-paragraph essay describing how high school students can best manage their time and maintain a healthy lifestyle. And when we're thinking of kind of trying to write to this prompt, it's helpful to have this stated as a question. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to go over to this document, and I'm going to type the question that I'm trying to answer in the essay. If you were in the classroom right now, I would write this on the board for you, but this is the best way that I have to show you or to record this information for you. How can high school students best manage their time and maintain a healthy lifestyle? So not only does this prompt tell us the question that we're trying to answer, but it tells us how long the essay has to be, 5 paragraphs, and it all goes on to tell us to identify at least 3 key strategies teens can use to manage their time and maintain a healthy lifestyle. There's 3 key strategies. There are 3 body paragraphs. So that tells me that each body paragraph is going to be 1 key strategy. You're supposed to base your recommendations on the supplied sources, your own prior knowledge, personal experience, and observations of the world. You're not supposed to look up any outside information. You must use information from both of the supplied sources in your essay, and the sources are Take Charge of Your Health packet and the article 10 Ways to Improve Time Management for Students. You'll refer to each of these sources with the title, as they do not have authors listed. So because you have to base your strategies off of these articles, and you have to have support from these articles for these strategies, it's probably not the best idea to just come up with strategies off the top of your head. Because if you do that, you're not guaranteed that there's going to be quotes to support your choice of those strategies in the articles. So at this time, you kind of want to set your essay writing aside. And this is where we want to go to the articles and highlight things freshmen can do to maintain a healthy lifestyle and or manage their time. And there are 2 articles. So what you should do right now is go ahead and click on these articles. There are 2. So this one, that's in a Google Doc form, you can just go ahead and make a copy of it, and you can highlight it. I gave paper copies in the classroom, and you're welcome to come get those paper copies from me if you would prefer to do it. But if you're trying to get started right now, you're going to need to do it electronically. So if you just make a copy of that for yourself, then you'll have a copy of that source. For this is a PDF for the Take Charge of Your Health packet. So I would suggest that you use the app Cami to annotate that. So if you go ahead and open that up in Cami, then you'll have annotation tools like a highlighter to be able to highlight information in that packet. So like once you open it up in Cami, you can go to the little markup tool. There's the text highlighter, and you can highlight any text that you want. And as soon as you start to make changes to this, it'll prompt you to make your own copy. So you'll have a copy that's different from my copy. And remember, as you read these articles, what you're looking for is strategies for maintaining a healthy lifestyle or managing time. You're probably going to find most of the advice or the strategies for maintaining a healthy lifestyle in the Take Charge of Your Health packet, and you're most likely to find time management strategies in the 10 Ways to Improve Time Management for Students article. All right, so at this time, you're going to want to pause this video, and you're going to want to read through each of those articles carefully and highlight the strategies that you find for maintaining a healthy lifestyle or managing your time. When you're done with that, come back to this video and click play again. All right, you're back, which means that you have finished annotating your articles and you are ready to start writing your main idea statements. So the very first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to look at all the advice that you found in your articles, and you're going to need to pick what you think are the best 3 pieces of advice. You can't go on to the next step until you do that. And then all of the main idea statements that we write, the topic sentence, the restatement of the thesis, or the thesis statement, the restatement of the thesis, and the topic sentences, I want you to be highlighting those yellow. We want to be color coding our essay so that when we're done, we can do a quick visual check to make sure that we have everything. All right. So pause this video until you've selected your best 3 pieces of advice. You might even want to star the quotes that correspond with those pieces of advice, or the sections of the articles that correspond with those pieces of advice, so that you can very easily find your evidence when we get to our next workshop. All right. So now we are going to go ahead and create the thesis statement. This will actually be the last sentence of your introduction paragraph, but for right now, it's just going to be the only sentence of your introduction paragraph. And there is a way, a neat trick that I'm going to show you for using the prompt to actually write your thesis statement. So when you return to class, you'll want to get the notes on that, but you can view them by just clicking this link here to click the link to see the hack for writing thesis statements. So the very, very, very first thing that you're supposed to do is highlight the sentence in the prompt that tells you what to write. We did that already. We did that when we were analyzing the prompt. And then we're supposed to identify the question that the prompt is trying to ask by turning this sentence into a question. And we did that again when we were analyzing the prompt. So that brings us really to step 3. Which is restating the question as the beginning of your thesis. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this question then into the beginning of a sentence. And I'm going to go ahead and make my font a little bit bigger so that you can more easily see what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the question mark because that most obviously makes it a question. We get rid of the question word, how. Then we have, can high school students best manage their time? So I think we just need to move this verb. High school students can best manage their time and maintain a healthy lifestyle. And if we're going to list ways they can do that, when we ask how you can do something, you do it by doing A, B, and C. So this is where now you're going to list your 3 pieces of advice. So maybe I'm going to say using an agenda, choosing foods wisely, and prioritizing. So now I have my thesis statement. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that yellow because I'm highlighting all of these statements yellow. But see, very quickly, I was able to make a thesis statement. I turned that into the beginning of the thesis by just rewording the question into the beginning of a sentence, and then I just listed the three strategies that I selected just a few minutes ago. All right, so once you have this, we can use this to make to do all of the other steps that we need to do today. So the next step is restating the thesis. So this is going to be the first sentence of your conclusion paragraph, and you want to make sure it's not just your thesis recopied word for word. And the easiest way to keep the same idea but make it sound like you said it differently is to flip your thesis. So we're going to invert your thesis, and inverting or flipping your thesis will make it sound different while still having the same ideas. So let me show you how to do that. We're going to find the middle point. So that'd be the point between the stem, the start of the sentence that we made by restating the question, and our list of answers. So by really is the middle. I'm going to go ahead and bold that so you can see that. So we're going to take the front half of the sentence, we're going to cut it using Control X, and we're going to paste it at the end. Now we have by using an agenda, prioritizing or choosing food wisely and prioritizing high school students can best manage their time and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So instead of starting with by, that kind of sounds weird, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to capitalize the beginning of the sentence. And I'm going to add the words our ways. And when I do that, then I get using an agenda, choosing food wisely, and prioritizing our ways high school students can best manage their time and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So bam, I have my thesis. And actually, what I should have done is I should have pressed enter and copied and pasted that thesis. So now I have to fix what I did. So all I did was take the front half of the sentence and I moved it to the back. So putting it back is just a matter of reversing that process. All right. So then you have your restatement of the thesis. It's done. Usually that's a really challenging one to for students to write, and usually that's one that students don't do very well because a lot of times you don't know what to do other than to just recopy your thesis. Well, this is your trick. This is what you can do. All right. That brings us to your topic sentences. So the topic sentence is going to be the first sentence of each body paragraph. It's going to list one piece of advice, and you're going to want to make sure that you're using transitions. So there is a way to use your thesis statement to make the topic sentences. So the very, very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste your thesis statement at the beginning of each of your body paragraphs. So that's really simple to do. I just go here, Control C, Enter, Tab, Control V, Enter, Tab, Control V, Enter, Tab, Control V, and now I have it copied 3 times. So I'm going to go back to the first time that I have it copied and look at the next step. Make the restatement of the question singular. Well, right now, it is actually. There's no plural in here. It doesn't say 3 ways. There's nothing really that we have to do to that. So now we can go to, the third step, which is to remove 2 of the 3 from the list at the end. So the idea here is we're talking about one piece of advice in each body paragraph. So we need to only be listing one piece of advice, one strategy. Well, here's our list of strategies at the end. We need to delete 2 of these 3 strategies from this list for this to become a topic sentence. So since this is the first body paragraph, I'm going to leave the first thing using an agenda, and I'm going to delete the second and the third. Then I'm going to move on to my second one. This is my second body paragraph, so this is going to be my second strategy is going to be what this body paragraph is about, which means I need to delete the first strategy, and I need to delete the second strategy. Okay. Then I move to my third topic sentence, and it's my third body paragraph, so it's going to be focusing on my third strategy. So I need to delete the first strategy and the second strategy from the list, and of course, and. Now I have only one piece of advice listed in each topic sentence. So now the last thing that you need to do is add transition words at the beginning of your topic sentences to enhance organization and make them sound a little bit different from each other, give a little bit of variety. So the easiest thing to do is just to say first and make that lowercase, and second and make that lowercase, and third and then make the H lowercase. And now I have 3 perfect topic sentences. So if you've done all of that, then you have successfully completed the main idea statements for each of your paragraphs. And getting a clear main idea is the first step to having a good essay. Right now, with these main idea statements, you're looking at like a 4 or above on the rubric, which is a B or above. If you continue to follow the steps as I'm laying them out, you'll continue to stay in that B or above range for your essay. All right, we'll see you next time.